Hey YouTube, good day. Afternoon coming at you. Wanted to do a follow-up video to Southern Prepper 1's America's Falling Apart video. So quick follow-up, or maybe not so quick, I don't know. We'll see how long it takes. Try to get it over with quickly. But yeah, I think he's spot on. We're past the point of no return in most of our eyes, and it seems like he's committed to that. And the only issue I had was he said, well, I don't know if I had issue with it, so I don't know. Maybe it's the way he said it, and I would put it differently. He was talking about continuing to go out and vote and everything, and hold people's feet to the fire, I guess, and stay involved. Which, yes, we should stay involved, because if you don't, the masses, the 80% that are out there that don't have a clue, will not understand when things fall apart and continue to devolve. I think that continue to stay engaged in your community and get out talking to people, and really shining a light on how bad the politics really is. Will help bring them around quicker when it all does devolve. And that got me thinking about something else. But real quick, just to talk about how bad it is. I mean, and somebody commented, I think, on my video as well, or maybe it's Southern Prepper 1's video. I was reading the comments. It doesn't matter where you're at. The feds have bought all the states out. I guess the issue was secession, and secession can only take you so far, because it seems like most of the states are bought out. Federal funds run most of the states, which have strings and attachments to them. So that's a problem. That's problematic. And if a state goes its own way, it's going to go under. And that's the same problem we have as individuals. It's hard to get out on your own free of the dollar, because if you're attached to the dollar, you are attached to this government, this shadow government, this skeleton of a supposed government, but whatever you want to call it. If you hold a dollar, get paid by the dollar, you're still being sucked dry by it, for lack of a better word. I mean, yeah, you can be off the grid and working without a social security number and everything else, and getting paid under the table per se, but you still have to have that, get paid in cash to get by. I mean, it's really hard. So that's where they really have pretty much everybody, all of us, by the tail. And I think that's their ace card. And when you talk about an economic collapse, they are going to delay it and withhold it and not let it happen, because it doesn't benefit them until it does benefit them. And that would be when the people really stand up, rise up, or they really see it coming, that it's really not going to, it's inevitable, they can't stop it. They'll drop the hammer on the economy, and that'll just get all of it, everybody infighting. That puts the people against each other, which it's probably going to be anyway, because they're going to be able to pull the rug out from under everybody, hide in their little hideaways and leave the country or whatever else, and people be left here, fighting against each other. And I think that's one of the key differences between now and 1774 and that time frame. And that difference is that we're not separating ourselves from a government per se in a way that they could. It's going to be worse than the last Civil War if it does go down that way, because the economy will fall apart, along with the political system disappearing, essentially. Washington, D.C. Disappearing, at least its power and control. And that's going to cause a lot bigger problems outside of any type of group standing up, the 3%, etc. The 3% still had the backing of 20%, and they're able to economically support them because trade still happened, people still produce things. People still got things done. People were still able to eat and feed their families. And a lot of that was because they also were farmers. Nowadays, we don't have that. And that's just, I mean, that's reality. Most of us aren't. And it's just thinking through the logically in my own head. Without a support base that can support, without the support, without the structure of the dollar economy, it is going to be made really difficult. Any form of resistance revolution. Really, really difficult. I mean, we can't even comprehend it. I mean, really. You can think through scenarios and just kind of think it through, but how bad it would be and how it would work is just, we've never lived through it, and really we've never seen it. Historically, it's not, you can't compare it, because most revolutions in the past have always occurred when there's a agricultural base of a farming type of community that's got a way to produce an economy without the support of the those in charge, the government, the tyrants, the oppressors, etc. So that's key. How do we get over it? Obviously, we talk about being self-sufficient, but that only lasts so long. So I don't know, just some additional thoughts to that video, where we know it's coming, and we, the more people become more disobedient, the more they're going to slip out the economy and drop the police state on us. And that's going to cause that continued class division of the warrior police, protector class, and the then you're going to have everybody else, and above them, of course, will be the elite of the elite, those in charge. So just some additional thoughts. It's going downhill fast, and we won't be able to have any control of it, but what do we do once we get there and be prepared for it? That's the hard part. Just prep and get ready. Live free.